Hi there, I'm Michael Stewart. I'm a motivational speaker and a licensed marriage officer. So we do private counseling and we do relationship enhancement programs. I want to talk to you today on relationship resilience. It is said that 50% of marriages fail. That's a high number for persons to be in a relationship and fail. So we find celebrities, their marriages fail. Politicians, pastors, yeah, the ordinary man, also their marriages fail. And they are all carrying that 50% mark. What causes it to fail? What causes a marriage not to be resilient enough? A relationship not to survive? It started off well but not survive. I just want to give you just four tips that may help you. It's not completely inclusive, but they would help. Four tips. Number one, memories. It's important as you in a relationship to build good memories. There must be a high deposit of good memories that you can look back at and be able to say, I had a good time in this relationship. Those memories are what are going to last for you and support you for a long time. Therefore, you must be innovative. Don't be lazy. Be innovative and create new memories. Too many relationships are mundane and they are boring and so on because people are not putting the effort into it. We put it into courtship, but we may not put it into our marriages. I want to encourage you to be able to take some time off, to be skillful in what you do in a marriage. Be spontaneous even though, because that is what is going to give your relationship resilience. What it also does is that whenever you are going through some rough times in your relationship, it is harder for somebody who is in a good relationship generally because of the one or two times that things go bad, and they will, for them to get up and leave that relationship. Whenever they think and reflect on the relationship and the memories they had, they usually say, it's just too much to leave. Some memories. The second thing I want to say is emotional stability, emotional security. If you want empathy, here's what it does. Everybody needs to be emotionally secure in a relationship. And by that emotional security is that when they are happy, somebody must be able to empathize with them. And who is best to do that than the person you are in the relationship with? You cannot ignore the fact that your spouse is going through some rough times. You must be able to be there to shore them up and give them that emotional assurance that you are there with them even in the bad time. Remember your vows. For better, for worse, for rich, for poor, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. Emotionally, you've got to be there in the bad times too. But you've got to be there also in the good times to rejoice with them and be happy with them when things are going good. That emotional security is very important for a number of people. So many people are living in relationships and they don't feel as though they have an emotional reservoir or an emotional safe space in their spouse because they are emotionally disconnected. Make sure that you are connected to your spouse. Thirdly, latitude. What is latitude? Latitude is an imaginary line that circles the earth. And what it is a long line, but it is in the imagination. Many times when I was a child and I would ask my father to go out at night, my father would say, I'm going to give you latitude. What he was saying is this: I'm not going to give you a time to come back. I'm going to give you a space. Use your imagination. What is a reasonable time? But you have the privilege to be able to do so. And in a relationship, people must have latitude. They must be able to use their imagination and be able to have their own thoughts and their own privileges and so on and set their own limits. You can't live in a relationship where things are being set for you. Come back at this time. Don't do this way, and so on. You don't have latitude. People need the dignity of knowing that they still have their own identity within the relationship. When that is removed, let's say because it is an abusive relationship or a bullying relationship or a relationship that has too many rules, the person feels as though they don't have latitude. But once somebody is free, they know even if I want to leave the relationship, I am free to leave. So the reason I'm staying is not because I can't leave, because I want to stay. Latitude. So you don't put people into a straitjacket. And let me tell you, it is going to build a great relationship resilience. If people know they have the freedom, they are going to restrict themselves on their own. Just like my father, when he gives us latitude, we don't want to breach that, so we come home even earlier than some of the times he may have anticipated. And finally, trust. So we had memories, emotional security, latitude, and trust. Trust is important. Because why? Trust is the glue. That's the cement. That's the bonding factor. Try never to break trust. And if you do, try to repair it. Do all you can to restore the trust. A relationship that has no trust will always go through murky, rocky, turbulent waters. But if you are able to secure trust, if you are able to be vulnerable and open, and sometimes in relationship, the hiding of the cell phone and the password and all of these create a sense of distrust, misplaced trust, secrecy and silence when you meet certain people and so on. But if you are open and frank and trust is in the relationship, it provides resilience. So notice, if you didn't notice it before, here's what those acronyms spelled. M, memories. E, emotional security. L, latitude. And T, trust. Melt. Melt your spouse. Melt your relationship in love with those 4 tips that I've just given you. I'm Michael Stewart. Wonderful day now. God bless you all.